The City Council of Chattanooga, Tennessee is in order for Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. I'd like to invite Councilwoman Dotley to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Council, can I get a motion on the minutes, please? Thank you. Minutes will stand without objection. Council, we're going to take a look at our agenda for this afternoon. We will have two budget-related votes with our ordinances on final reading, and we will do a roll call vote for those. Ordinances on first reading, we have an item in planning in District 4, which was postponed for a couple of weeks. Councilman Harvey, are you going to be good to go on that one tonight?
I have not been able to connect with the developer. Is the developer here by chance? There he is. Get with me afterwards.
Okay, so y'all talk in the recess.
We'll talk about that, yeah.
Okay. All right, looking at resolutions, Council, we have some resolutions under early learning, economic development, information technology. Hit your light if you have any questions about those. Councilman Elliott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have questions about the resolution for the HEB board. Somebody from housing.
What item is that?
Say again?
What letter is that?
That's C.
C, okay.
Yep. Deputy Chief of Staff, Darren Leffler, tried to help me with this one, so I do appreciate you, sir, wherever you are. Megan, can you help me understand who is running the program for rental insurance, and what does that look like?
Yeah, so this is funding that was included in the FY25-26 budget. It was allocated to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund for the Eviction Prevention Initiative. And that's money that's basically going to cover kind of the ongoing EPI program that we have. Most of that is legal aid of East Tennessee. They're doing an access to counsel program.
Is that the same pot of money the administration set aside for additional rental insurance?
No, that's different. So this is the one that was from the kind of original budget that was passed earlier this
Where
year.
are those funds going to go, and how's that going to be spent?
We're working through that right now.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Okay,
Thank you, Madam Chair.
all right. Council, do I have any other questions related to resolutions? I believe we have some feedback from the administration on item H for wastewater. Mark, would you like to share with us? This is the resolution related to water use reuse implementation project.
Yes, we'd like to withdraw that at this time. We're going to do some value engineering on that project. It'll probably take a little bit of time because we have to coordinate with the state on the scope of that work. And once we get that finalized, we'll hopefully bring that back to you.
Okay, so we'll be looking for a motion, council, to remove that from the agenda. Withdraw that. Okay, thank you. Councilman Henderson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The item B, 9B, was added by your permission, which means it was not on the agenda for last week. What was the reason for, I guess, needing to speed up this process?
The reason that the administration stated for that was that the awards were given late. They weren't able to control when they got the money, and they couldn't request for the money to be allocated until they got the award. But I think we can have Kritza Jones, would you mind joining us and explaining item B, please, and why it needed to be added to the agenda late?
Yeah, I have the physical ops manager.
Okay, terrific.
Head Start, Jasmine Barnes.
Thank you.
She will speak to that.
All right, so your summary is correct. We received our NOAA, so that's the Notice of Award, late. And Head Start is unique. We're fully grant funded. Unfortunately, our business partners don't understand that, so they don't understand the pause in payment. So that's why we requested for this to be added to the agenda, so that we would not have a long pause in paying our business partners
So
for the services rendered.
This is kind of a continuation, because I was, I guess, confused about collaboration contracts. These are contracts we've already got in place.
Yes.
That we're continuing the payment.
That is correct.
Okay.
But in order for the new contracts to be signed, of course, we have to present it to you all to get them approved. So that's what we're waiting on.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, looks like we're good on that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, council, do we have any other questions for this agenda? All right, seeing none, let's take a look at purchases for this evening, please. We have several purchases. We do not have any renewals, any RFPs, or emergency purchases, but there is one sole source purchase. Councilman Elliott.
Yes, I don't know who this is appropriate, who this should go toward. I know we're having to pick up a lot of weight from losing some grant funds for the west side, particularly John and Henry. Do we have an estimate as to how much more we're gonna need to cover for that?
Is this related to a purchase item?
Yes,
Which one?
the first one. If you look, it goes to the James A. Henry.
The Public Works item, okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Elliott. So I don't have those numbers off the top of my head, but yes, we do have a full timeline. Happy to run that down and share it with you.
Yeah, I think not even just a timeline, just kind of like an estimate on funds that we're gonna need to close the gap. So when I keep seeing it, I won't get shocked.
Yep, for
And
sure.
I just kind of expect, okay, this is gonna help fill this gap.
Yep, so there are kind of different phases of the project that require different community matches. And then what we would potentially come and ask the council for is a function of various things that are kind of moving. And also CHA is actively trying to supplement through private dollars and other means. So all of that exists. Again, I just don't have it at the top of my head, but I'm happy to get it to you. Unless, Richard, do you know any more detail that would be pertinent at this time? Sorry to put you on the spot.
So I believe this is the purchase for the playground equipment at James A. Henry.
Kitchen, I believe,
What's that?
kitchen.
The kitchen equipment. Right, so these purchases were not a part of the project that was going to be paid for out of the funds. This is a part that the city would be paying for anyway.
Okay, that's great, that's good stuff. Okay, perfect. All right, that's all. Thank
I'll get you that.
All right, thanks, Bill. That's all, Madam Chair.
Okay. Council, do we have any other questions about purchases? All right, seeing none, let's take a look at next Tuesday. I will go ahead and make an announcement that National Night Out is the 14th of October, and we will meet at 2 o'clock that day, so that council members who have National Night Out celebrations will have time, and also our fire and police and administration will have time to get to those celebrations throughout the neighborhoods. Okay, 2 weeks. If you've got any questions on the 2-week agenda, please hit your light. All right, that one looks, Councilman Elliott.
Sorry, I almost missed this one. At the request of the authors of this resolution, the Central Area Labor Council, they are asking that their resolution in support of the United Auto Workers Union and Volkswagen conversations be removed.
Okay, so this is item 9B, council. So next week, you'll make a motion to withdraw?
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilman Henderson, or actually Councilman Clark, I'm sorry. Councilman Clark.
Madam Chair, I'd like to yield to Councilman Anderson.
Okay, Councilman Henderson?
Mr. Attorney, since we've already taken action on this to defer, is it appropriate to withdraw it from the agenda or to put it on the table?
Well, it has been deferred until that meeting. I thought it could, until the 30th, yes. But I thought that these proponents could ask to withdraw it at that time, should be able to.
So it's appropriate that we can just withdraw?
Yes, it would be on the table at that point, yes.
So what, say it again?
It would be on the table at that point, on the September 30th meeting, and they could move to withdraw.
Instead of just tabling it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Councilman Clark, you want to hit your light?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to echo the sentiments of our co-sponsor, Councilman Elliott. Our desire to withdraw the resolution is also our desire to also stand in solidarity with the United Auto Workers, but we believe that it is most appropriate for the council to let private business matters be private business matters. And in doing so, we will be looking for other ways. I believe that we can support our unions, no different from fire or police, but not to involve ourselves in private business contract matters. I believe that the administration is acting in good faith in their investigatory role with the Department of Economic Development and some of the allegations that came forth in the resolution. Unfortunately, it's just not a resolution that I think is appropriate to be heard by the council, not just for Volkswagen, but for any business that comes before the city of Chattanooga. So for that, I support Councilman Elliott's request and the authors of the resolution to withdraw on the 30th. And I hope this is a precedence that when matters of that matter come before the council, that we abstain from our involvement. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, council, any other questions or comments related to our 2-week agenda? Okay, seeing none, let's take a look at future considerations, please. If you have any questions about future considerations, please hit your light. All right, looks like we are clear there. We are going to need a brief attorney-client meeting this afternoon, so let's regroup. Please, let's recess and come back at 4:30. Back in session. I'd like to make an announcement again that on the 14th of this month, the 14th of October is National Night Out, and the city council will meet at 2 p.m. that day. All right. Madam Clerk, will you please read item 7A?
An ordinance amending, can you all hear me?
No.
No, ma'am.
Testing. Is that good? An ordinance amending Chattanooga City Code Part 2, Chapter 2 by repealing Article 12 and amending Article 16 in lieu thereof, and further amending Chattanooga City Code Part 2, Chapter 16, Section 1664, and Chapter 31, Section 361 to comply with Public Chapter PC 494 and Public Chapter PC 458.
Council, can I get a motion?
Second.
Okay, council, we have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. Do we have any questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman Henderson? Yes. Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Clark?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dotley?
There you go.
Vice Chair Knoll?
Yes.
Chairwoman Hill?
Yes. Motion passes with 7. Item B, please.
An ordinance to amend the operations budget, ordinance number 14239, known as the fiscal year 2025-2026 operations budget, to amend section 5 to provide for reallocation of appropriation to the Department of Equity and Community Engagement in compliance with the Dismantling DEI Act enacted in May 2025 Tennessee state law, which has resulted in administrative actions with the dissolution of that department to include the restructuring of government functions and consolidation of certain departments, to reallocate appropriations between certain departments, and to amend Section 70 due to administrative changes during fiscal year 2025-2026 to reallocate available appropriations for certain new or changed positions.
Second.
And that does need to be a roll call.
Thank you, council. We have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. Please hit your light if you've got any questions or comments. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Councilman Elliott?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dotley? Councilman Clark?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Henderson?
No.
Vice Chair Knoll?
Yes.
Chairwoman Hill?
Yes. All right, that's 7 yeses. Ordinances under first reading. Planning item A, please.
An ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance so as to rezone properties located at 7417 and 7423 Mintom Drive from RN16 residential neighborhood zone to RN13 residential neighborhood zone, subject to certain conditions.
Thank you. Is the applicant present? Thank you. This is planning case 2025-0123. Do we have any opposition present? Councilman Harvey, this is in your district.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I make a motion to approve with conditions.
Okay, council, we have a motion on the floor to approve with conditions. The conditions are listed in the item, correct, Councilman Harvey? They are
Yes,
the
ma'am.
conditions listed? Okay, great. Do we have any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Resolutions. Let's take items A and B as a package, please.
Item A, a resolution authorizing the administrator of early learning to enter into a construction agreement with James D. Fisher, DBA James Fisher Construction, in substantially the form attached for the completion of construction work on the building facility of 21st Century Child Development Center located at 2507 Bailey Avenue for the term ending on May 31, 2026, with an option to extend the term upon mutual written agreement for the total sum of $75,000. Item B, a resolution approving the FY 25-26 collaboration contracts to offer quality services for 64 children in Chattanooga by partnering with local child care providers as follows. 1, Chambliss Center for Children, 24 children ages 1 through 3 for up to 233 days for an amount not to exceed $277,922.40. Number 2, Maurice Kirby Early Head Start, 24 children ages 8 weeks through 3 years for up to 233 days for an amount not to exceed $277,922.40. And 3, Children's Academy, 16 children ages 1 through 3 for up to 233 days for an amount not to exceed $185,281.60 for a total amount for services rendered in the amount of $741,126.40.
Thank you, council. Can I get a motion? Thank you. We have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. Council, if you've got any questions or comments, please hit your light. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item C, please.
A resolution authorizing the transfer of $500,000 from the Department of Economic Development to the Health, Educational, and Housing Facility Board, HEB, of the City of Chattanooga as approved in the FY 26 budget ordinance to be used for an eviction prevention program to help individuals and families at risk of homelessness maintain existing housing.
Thank you. Council, we have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. Do you have any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item D, please.
A resolution authorizing Chief Information Officer, CIO, to extend the data-driven LLC blanket agreement, blanket PA 1002577 for an additional 24-month period, with data-driven being the sole provider of the Watson field-based reporting software licensing support and professional services currently used by the Chattanooga Police Department, with an annual spend limit not to exceed $75,000 and $150,000 for the 2-year extended term.
Thank you. Council, we have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. Do you have any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item E, please.
A resolution to amend resolution number 32207 to state that River City Company will be the company that provides service for the evolving our riverfront parks framework to complete construction documents between River City, City of Chattanooga, and Hamilton County, Tennessee for the cost of the second interlocal agreement in the amount of $2.2 million.
Thank you, council. We have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. Do you have any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Let's take items F and G as a package, please.
Item F, a resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Public Works to approve change order number 2 to contract number E13002-201 Walnut Street pedestrian bridge repairs with Southern Road and Bridge LLC of Tarpon Springs, Florida, for unforeseen structural steel repairs, light fixture shades, and new CCTV cameras for an increase in the amount of $5,085,828.55, with a contingency in the amount of $500,000 for a revised total amount of $40,874,964.63. Item G, a resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Public Works to authorize change order number 3 for construction administration services provided by Volker and Associates, Inc. for contract number E13002-103 Walnut Street Bridge Repair and Rehabilitation, TDOT PIN number 128-099.004, an increase of $435,343.32 for an additional structural steel inspection, development of additional repair details, and construction administration services for a total project cost of $1,331,485.25.
Thank you very much. Council, can I get a motion? Thank you. We have a motion on the floor to approve with the proper second. Do we have any questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Item H.
A resolution authorizing administrator for the wastewater department to award contract number W1716201, water use and reuse implementation project to Clark Construction Group LLC for water use and reuse implementation services for $8,516,900 with a contingency in the amount of $851,690 for a total amount not to exceed $9,368,590.
Thank you. Council, the administration has requested that this be withdrawn.
Move to withdraw.
Thank you. We have a motion on the floor to withdraw with a proper second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item I.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to apply for and, if awarded, accept a Tennessee Highway Safety Office THSO grant on behalf of the Chattanooga Police Department for enforcement of Tennessee driving under the influence laws to be used for community traffic safety enforcement and education, which will include overtime supplies, training, travel, and equipment for a contract period beginning on October 1, 2025 and ending on September 30, 2026 in the amount of $275,000.
Councilman Henderson.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Council, we have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. Do I have any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Let's move to purchases, please.
Hello. I have 9 purchases recommended for approval this evening. The first one is for Public Works. This is a one-time purchase to furnish and install kitchen equipment at James A. Henry Head Start Complex. Initially, only 1 bid was received. The invitation was re-advertised, resulting in 3 additional bids. The award will go to Supreme Restaurant Equipment in the amount of $141,795.55 as the best bid for the city of Chattanooga. Number 2 is for wastewater. This is a one-time purchase of a forklift. The award will go to Lift One in the amount of $85,494 as the best bid for the city of Chattanooga. Number 3 is for Parks and Outdoors. This is year 4 renewal. Scenic City Arborist is requesting a 9% increase due to the rising cost of labor and equipment. The new estimated annual spend will be $198,730. Parks and Outdoors has approved the increase. Number 4 is for Fleet. This is a one-time purchase of 10 emergency lighting packages for police vehicles. This purchase from Federal Signal will be in the amount of $58,710 and will be purchased utilizing the State of Tennessee contract. Number 5 is for Technology Services. Council approval is requested for a name change from Application Software Technology, AST, to International Business Machines, IBM, for agreements PA100550 and PA100169. Number 6 is for wastewater. Wastewater is requesting an increase of $500,000 for Emulsion Palmer Agreement 559327 for past and future invoices. The new estimated annual spend will be $2,400,000. Number 7 is for Technology Services. This is a new agreement for expanded video storage subscription for the city's camera footage. This will be a 4-year agreement with AdviseX in the amount of $111,528 annually and will be purchased utilizing Omnia contract. Number 8 is for Technology Services. This is a one-time purchase of car adapters and printers for police vehicles. This purchase from Tyler Technologies in the amount of $229,760 will be purchased utilizing Sourcewell contract. Number 9 is for Technology Services. This is a one-time purchase of Federal Workforce Development Platform. The sole source purchase from Build Within will be in the amount of $150,000.
Thank you, Debbie. One item I want to make sure that I heard correctly, the Parks and Outdoors item for Scenic City Arborist is a 19% increase,
19%.
9%. Okay, thank you. Looks like we've got a question. Councilman Clark?
Thank you, Madam Chair. It was actually to your question regarding that. And this time, I bit my tongue. This is a blanket question for just how internally, Ms. Talley, that we determine when organizations come and ask for the labor increases, because we saw this last time with DTS. Like, what is the general, like, how do we do, like, what is our internal policy on how they request that? Can they create an arbitrary number of 19%? Are they required to submit something? Is it in a contract? Because I can only imagine that once we start approving these with these labor increases, everybody gonna be like, oh, let me get in line. So what parameters or guardrails are we putting in place to
Okay,
monitor
these,
this?
these increases can only be done annually.
Okay.
When a supplier submits an increase, they have to provide justification of what that increase is for and why they're requesting it. The increase is reviewed by the buyer, that is the manager of that contract, and also the department to come to a decision if the increase is valid or not.
Do y'all negotiate? Do you?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome.
Thank you, council. Let's go ahead and get a motion on the floor, and then we can continue discussion. Okay, now, Councilman Elliott?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Kevin, are we still on track to have our breakdowns for our agendas by the end of this month?
We are. Debbie can speak to that.
Okay.
Yes, we're currently working on that, and hopefully we'll have everything ready for you by the end of the month.
Okay, and for my colleagues who may not remember, this will be an opportunity for us to see how much is being spent, how much was budgeted per the cost center, what fund is it coming from, so we can kind of have a better idea of how these things are flowing. Because I think Councilman Clark brings up a good point. We see these jumps, but how is that impacting our operations and what was budgeted? And so, thank you, Debbie, for that.
You're
So
welcome.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, council, do you have any other questions or comments about these purchases? We have a motion on the floor to approve with a proper second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. I believe we have one purchase to report.
I have one sole source purchase to report. It's for technology services. This is a new blanket agreement for the purchase of fingerprint identification system, annual maintenance and support used by the police. This will be a 3-year agreement with an estimated annual spend of $31,103. This sole source agreement will be awarded to IDEMIA, Identity and Security.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, council, we have reached the point for committee reports. Councilman Elliott.
Next week, the Economic Development Committee will be having a committee meeting to discuss a new step and a revisement to the existing one. So if you have questions for that, please hold those and look forward to seeing what Economic Development has to present next week.
Thank you. Councilwoman Dotley.
No report.
Councilman Henderson. Councilman Davis.
Yes, we will have a meeting of the Parks and Public Works Committee next week. We'll hear from the Trust for Public Land. We were scheduled also to have a wastewater presentation, but that's going to be rescheduled to a later meeting date. So it'll just be the Trust for Public Land presentation next week.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you make that note on our schedule? Thank you. Councilman Harvey.
No report.
Councilman Clark.
No report.
Vice Chairwoman Knoll.
I don't have a report, but I do want to say thank you to Mrs. Karen Rennick for coming out to the historic Orchard Knob Neighborhood Watch Association meeting on last Thursday. And she did an amazing job. We had a full house and she had a lot of questions and she handled it very well. So I am so grateful for that. Cleared up a lot of misconceptions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney.
Yes, would like to announce that there has been a settlement of a claim involving a person named Phyllis Kahn versus the city of Chattanooga. It's case number 24C1178 in Hamilton County Circuit Court Division 1, and that settlement is in the amount of $100,000.
Thank you very much. We now have reached the point in our meeting where we are happy to recognize persons who would like to address the council. If you are here and would like to address the council, please go ahead and line up behind the podium and listen while our attorney reads the rules. We will wait briefly to see if there is anyone. If our attorney does not need to read the rules, we won't ask him to.
Move to adjourn.
Councilman Harvey.
I keep doing this, I don't know, at the end of the meeting. If I may, I just want to give a quick shout out to a few members of the administration. This last week, we had the International Bluegrass Music Association in town, and some of you may or may not know I'm a banjo player, and it was a dream come true for me to see the granddaddy of them all in the bluegrass community come to the city that I love and have played bluegrass music in for my entire life. So I thought it was a tremendous success. So thank you, Sharita Allen, Monica Kinsey, April Firth. There's so many different people to thank for your hard work and efforts. Randy Steele, former Chattanooga fireman, he did a lot of work to help out and volunteered his time. So thank you all for everything you did. I thought it was a tremendous success, and they'll be back next year in late October. So it was a great event. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. And I will add, when I was at the event, the thing that stood out to me was the way that our built environment was just so naturally suited to that festival and to festivals just like that for other genres. It was really beautiful to see the way that the built environment was used on Pat Parkway and in just the step downs within Miller Park and Miller Plaza. It was the result of a lot of intentional planning and development. So good job, everybody. Thank you. Looks like we do not have anyone here to speak. I have a motion on the floor to adjourn with a proper second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.